You know, every day people wake up and they're affected by the cortisol, which is part of their thinking that leads to what they've been experiencing their whole life. You know, whether it's a 2 million-year-old brain, the cortisol levels are in full effect when we wake up. So the question is, what is peak performance psychology? This is Rob Gill with Epic Insurance Services. Organically, I had achieved certain levels of success, but I didn't understand that there was a science and map. I had no clue on how to tap into those natural endorphins whenever I wanted, and I would just kind of create rhythm, but I wasn't aware of what was really happening. It led me down a path on where I began to watch YouTube, and I found Tony Robbins, which now I'm a platinum partner of Tony Robbins. Prior to that, though, I watched a lot of his videos. I would get excited. I would go have a meeting, and I would do really good, but then by the end of the day, I'd be back to normal. And what I began to learn through my real life relationships of Sean Callaghy, the founder and the creator of Unblinded, and Chris Crone, who's a real estate guru and a breakthrough mentor, superb expert, they both were in the world of Tony Robbins as well. So when we talk about peak performance, we want to talk about what state do you show up in and how can you change your state at the drop of a dime. And there's certain exercises that you can do, whether it's deep breaths, whether it's clapping, or other things to get you going so you can tap into your natural endorphins. And as a result, it makes you feel good without having to take a feel-good pill. It's your own body chemistry that gets you in state because nothing can happen without enthusiasm. If you have enthusiasm, good things begin to happen. And one of the things that we learned in the Tony Robbins world, for all the Tony Robbins folks out there, it's the priming he shows us how to do in the morning. And that consists of 3 different things for 3 minutes at a time. The first 3 are, what are you grateful for, and visualize NLP style what you're exactly grateful for in your life. The next 3 things were, what are the things that you want to be healed, whether it's your body or relationships. And the last 3 things are outcomes you seek. And in the moments or the feelings of those outcomes, associate yourself with that outcome, including the emotion and including what it would feel like. And that's how you begin to prime, and that's how you start to change your state. Because what's important to understand, there's also a story that we tell ourselves. Now, I think there's like 75,000 words in a dictionary. 4,000 words are directly connected to emotions. And of those 4,000 words, 65 to 70% are negative emotions. Now, each human probably in their life says about 2,400 words. This is through Robbins Research International, of which habitually on a daily basis, they use 250 words. Once again, this is the story that we're telling ourselves. Watch the words we say because every word has meaning and feeling. And if you understand your vocabulary, transformational vocabulary, what begins to happen is you could shift your brain by telling yourself the proper story through asking the right questions, empowering abundant questions, which could lead to tremendous results. Understand what your story is. Now, if you have your state and you have your story in order, but you don't have a strategy, I equate that to just being a good athlete that's able to get things done. Once you get your strategy right, you'll be at massive results, positive empowerment, and explosive growth that'll make your head spin. And by the way, there's an 80-20 principle here. 80% comes from psychology, 20% comes from mechanics, and that is why the state, story, and change is so important. Quick story. For us here at Epic, we went from 8 to 150 meetings a month. You want to know why? Because we changed our strategy, we made sure our state was in order, and the story we began to tell ourselves was one that didn't have a ceiling on it. And as a result of it, not only did we go from 8 to 150 meetings, but now we have a goal to have 1,000 meetings a month, and we created another division called Infinity X. You know, and be able to really understand stage, story, strategy, and to incorporate this on a daily basis, because you don't just show up. It's not about perfection, it's about progression. It leads with the art of giving. The more you give, the better you live. There's a natural byproduct. If you give without intention and you truly want to serve the greater good or be part of something bigger than yourself, what begins to happen is like you become a magnet walking through a silverware factory. Just like that, like things just start coming your way. So in that space and in that time, what begins to happen is once again, massive acceleration. That's our experience here at Epic Insurance Services. We are bringing out some of the best content. If you want more of this, the shoulder shake, please subscribe below.